What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers, don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers, don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. Tell me that you want me.
Good morning,
Good morning,
I'm John
and I'm Mandy.
and we're both John and Mandy Adventures, and today we're off on our travel day to Las Vegas.
Hurrah! From Manchester to Heathrow and then Heathrow to Vegas. So we're flying BA and we're going business class. So we'll give it a whirl and see what it's like. We did upper class last year with Virgin.
Which was mediocre, wasn't it?
It was. And we did economy about 8 weeks ago with Virgin from Manchester straight to Vegas, and it was absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic.
Best flight probably in the last 30 years going to Vegas we've ever had.
Best service, best everything. Yeah.
Absolutely superb. Probably because the flight was a third full, but that's not the point. It was absolutely brilliant. So we'll see how today goes, and we're just waiting for our friend Lee.
Our special friend Lee, who's our chauffeur extraordinaire. Not only is he a chauffeur, he's what does he do?
Everything.
He's a pianist. He's a
Undertaker.
funeral director. Yeah, he does everything really. But anyway, he's part of his sideline is chauffeuring. So let's see. He should be in a few minutes.
So we are off to Manchester, and we will let you know how the journey goes from there.
Good morning, Mr. P.
Good morning.
Mr. P is our five-star chauffeur this morning. Not only is he a funeral director, he's a pianist and a man of many talents.
Have you plugged me in at the back and turned me on there?
I can't get you in, Lee.
Oh, it's just... We've encountered a problem already. With the seatbelts. I'm not sure what's going on the back of here, but it's just really appropriate this time of the morning.
Adventure.
Pull her back and she just went back into the gap, and thank goodness.
I'm not going to video the whole way, Lee, here.
Are we on GB News, Lee?
We are, yeah.
Oh, we're on GB News. Fantastic.
Yes, we are. We're in the Escape, or I don't know whatever lounge. We're in some lounge at Manchester Airport. Oh, we're in the Escape Lounge. Yeah, we escaped into the Escape Lounge. I can't see myself in the cross on. To the Escape Lounge at Manchester Airport, and the food is. So I had a piece of bacon and a wee bit of a sausage, and that was it. You can have sausage or bacon sandwiches, and Johnny Boy is having.
Lobster roll. No, sorry, not lobster. Sausage. Sausage barm cake.
Sausage
oh,
barm
north,
cake.
can't you?
Yeah.
Where's the foie gras and the... what was it called? Caviar for breakfast.
Yeah,
And smoked salmon, eggs benedict, sausage butty.
Not even an egg in sight. But they have got bottles of cider in the fridge, which if it wasn't 9:30 in the morning, I'd be having one. So I'm going to go and have a Baileys because it's 9:30 and I've had my bag searched and I've had my body searched and I just violated. So I'm going to go and have a Baileys. I've tried the coffee, it's a bit... So I will have a Baileys, come back to you and let you know there's nothing whatsoever to report at this lounge. It's there's loads of alcohol and it's all free port. Just knock yourself out. Bottles of wine, prosecco, everything, loads of different lagers, beers, bitters, Coke, Diet Coke, etc, etc, etc. So we're robbing that blind bar blind. Jesus, the Baileys. I'll be robbing this bar blind when I get to Heathrow and just stuffing it all in my rucksack and taking it to Vegas if I've got any cider. Right, I'll just get a Baileys now. You're enjoying that, John? Johnny Boy's took it right into that sausage sandwich. There's a couple next to us and he said they've just thought they'd have had at least one type of egg. You would really, it is breakfast. Oh, they've got them little cinnamon rolls. I'll have a cinnamon roll in the Baileys. Rude not to, really, on my holidays.
I think Mandy is going to be in Cirque du Soleil when she gets to Vegas because somehow she's going to manage to get her back entwined in a... You could do that if you tried. How do you manage that?
Absolutely.
That is the most amazing magic trick I've ever seen.
My next trick, I'm going to devour a cinnamon roll and a pint of Baileys. I'm doing okay.
And?
We've had 2 messages already from BA saying that our next flight might be delayed because of yesterday's storm, but that's about 7 hours away, the next flight, so let's hope it's got back in on time from America, wherever it was coming from. But we'll see when we get there. We're going to the lounge, we should be consuming some alcohol and maybe some food, depending on what lounge we're going to in Heathrow. But nothing can actually be worse than the lounge in Manchester. The staff was superb, food, alcohol, most of the toilets.
So here we are, just killing a few hours before our next check-in, which is the flight from Heathrow to Vegas. We're now in the Cathay Pacific Lounge. Mandy's having margarita. I'm on trusty lager, basically. IPA. So Mandy, your trip so far, let's sum it up. So what about check-in? How was that?
Check-in at Manchester was a little bit disastrous. Made us all wait for an hour. And then one lady came to do everybody, and then the first family that went up for some reason just came from nowhere, went to the front of the queue. Anyway, she stood for 20 minutes with them, And eventually someone else came, and she was lovely, and we checked in, and she was very polite, and even printed out boarding passes because I can't be doing with a scanning on the phone, even though John's got them. The plane was very nice, clean.
I think the area as well with the check-in at Manchester was awful, wasn't it? It was like
It's always
scruffy,
like that.
it was dirty,
Yeah.
there was old cups that hadn't been cleaned. Not the kind of thing you expect really when you sort of check in, especially business class and everything. Well, any class really, but especially business class, it was a bit disastrous, wasn't it, really?
Yeah. It's Manchester and it's British
The
Airways.
plane, we were delayed on the plane, weren't we? We were delayed about sort of 40 minutes because of Hurricane Lillian.
So we were on it for about an hour and a half.
And then
took off.
we're diverted because the winds had changed apparently.
Just diverted around London, just swanning around London basically. Not
Quite a lot of
diverted anywhere
turbulence.
else. Well, I've never been on a plane before where they eventually served us something. It was awful. It was a beef salad or a salad. So basically, it was a salad and it had either beef on it or nothing on it, and it was. You'll see a picture. There'll be a picture of it somewhere. And then I've never actually been on a plane where the airline staff have just gone and sat down and just left us all, and the pilot just said to us, yeah, if you could just put your own seatbelts on, there'll be no safety check on this flight because it's too dangerous, with his exact words, it's too dangerous for the staff to come and check you've got your seatbelts on, so please make sure all your belongings are stowed and please make sure your seatbelts on. And then about 10 minutes later he said, crew, can you sit down and strap up whatever? And I thought, they've been sat and strapped up for the last 10 minutes. Frightened to death as we all are. Anyway, we landed and we're here.
But the meal was served very quickly, wasn't it? It's strange you get a meal on a 35-minute flight. I mean,
Ridiculous.
we
sat for an hour and 40 minutes and they didn't even offer us a bottle of water.
No.
And then when we
It was a mad, frantic
we had-
scurry, wasn't it?
yeah,
It
we
was
had
like,
15
let's see how many
minutes to
people we
go.
can serve in the Guinness Book of Records in terms of getting a starter and a main course out.
15 minutes to go, and then this woman started going, do you want vegetarian salad or beef salad? And she was on row 2 for about 10 minutes, and then she literally gave none of us, there was no drinks, couldn't give drinks out because it was too late, and she was just throwing salads out. I was like, but John, let me just tell you about John, shall I? So John's sitting there with his salad and his dessert. This is a 35-minute flight. Then she's offering bread rolls. And she's offering bread rolls and we're on row 8, whilst another steward on row 7 is literally clearing the plates away. And John's taking a bread roll, like we're sat in Harrods, and he's got all the time on the earth.
It was like I was at the Ritz. I was tucking my napkin in and
Sliced
slicing my
his
bread roll.
putting his butter on. The pilot is saying the crew have to sit down, it's too turbulent, and John is buttering a bread roll.
I just got served that bread roll. I'm about to descend. So
I turned round and I literally said to him, what the fuck are you doing? Just get that either et or give it back to someone because it's going to go flying. And he's just like that.
Anyway, we got served our drinks, and the minute we got served our drinks, the same person that served us our drinks was hovering around trying to take them off us.
No, I got a hot drink. I had a peppermint tea because I don't serve cider or anything I want. I could have had a Baileys, but... So anyway, he passed me the hot tea, he passed me the sweetener, I put the sweetener in, and he just literally said, oh, I'll take that off you because it'll burn you, because it was so turbulent. Took it off me and never even drank it.
So we got here and we wandered around. Now we're in the Cafe Pacific Lounge. What do you think of this? And what do you think of your cocktail?
Right. Too strong the cocktail.
Too strong the cocktail. Okay.
Right, but they only serve Magners. Not impressed at all.
Because you're a bit of a cider freak, aren't you?
I just don't do Magners. I'm sorry. It's not for me. I don't do Magners. I don't do Stowford Press. They're too they're like when you were a kid and you got drunk at a party and you slept overnight. There's like 27 sweaty bodies, and you woke up in the morning and you had that stale smell of cider. And that is exactly to me what Stowford Press and Magners tastes like. I just feel like it's stale cider that's bleh. Sorry if you own the Magners company, but that's what I do for your cider. Magners pear's quite nice, totally different taste, quite like that. So we're in the lounge. I have had a beef curry cheesy thing. Not overly impressed. All the staff in here just speak their own language to each other. I find it incredibly rude. You go up to them, they just jibbing away in their own language, and I don't like it.
Apart from that,
Yeah.
what are you giving it out of 10?
For the size of the lounge, considering there's like 2 staff to every customer, I've got my Tatler magazines, my magazines that I wanted, my Vogue.
Very thoughtful, this score.
Toilets were spotless, but again, the staff were all in there.
Just an overall score, that's all we're after.
hold on. My scoring has to be precise.
We don't want individual
I take
scores for toilets and magazines and everything. We just want an overall score.
Right, I take everything into consideration. It's getting a hard 6.
Hard 6, okay, that's fine. Next thing, we're off now to the Qantas Lounge to see what that's like, see if that doesn't score any better. So we shall speak to you later.
Cheers. Hello, Mr. Turnbull.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Nice of you to come and visit me.
Pardon?
Nice of you to come and visit me.
Your house is alright. It's a bit scruffy, could do with a bit of remodelling, but...
Yeah, I've got the drinks now.
And I've not.
Oh, just wait patiently and they shall arrive.
He's been up and down your road 3 times.
Here he comes, he's coming.
Oh, God.
guy's getting very excited next to us.
Oh yeah, he's really, this guy behind us is playing Whales of Cash. Whenever the wheel goes round, he just screams for the highest ones. It's great watching. More fun than playing this bonus actually. Sorry, Mummy, your bonus is great. Give us some money.
Hey, there you go. You got your 4.
You need to get 5, don't we, to make it.
Oh yeah, of course you do, yeah.
But one spin left to get one.
One left to get
We
one.
need an emerald. Emeralds.
Hey, there you go.
Come on, Mo. Get your legs on, kid.
3 spins. Not that many, that's much.
It's like a minute there. Need some wee diamonds.
We need some diamonds though. Three more required off 1 spin. Unlikely, but you never know.
Come on, diamonds, emeralds, sparkly green things.
Minor.
Well done, Mo. I'm happy. Oh, well done. I love this sarcastic clap. It's the best. Go on the nose still.
$42.
Thank you kindly, sir.
What's it, Mums? 12:30? Something like that.
What is it?
Been to checked in at the Excalibur, went to the Luxor, been to Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay, no hand pay, Bay. It would be easier to get a hand pay in Mandalay Bay than get a cocktail. That's the new norm. No cocktail. Don't you wait, big tall person.
The lower I'll chop you me off and chop you off.
I'm
There we
talking.
go. Look at that. We've worked out to do it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What's wrong? I'm not walking, I'm not walking. Oh,
Was that nice?
dragon.
So this will probably become a regular theme of our vlogs. Drunk and walking home.
Walking home.
Well, not walking home, walking back to the hotel room.
Via hotel.
Not walking home, that would be a long walk. Via what, sorry? Oh, just
Yeah,
do
just
that.
walking
Let me just...
via home.
There we go,
That's
that's
a good
better.
idea.
Do it at a funny angle.
Yeah. Just been to
To...
Mandalay Bay.
Yeah. It was quite good. It was a nice sort of atmosphere in there. It was good. It wasn't quiet, it was busy.
Well,
Which is great.
Probably off the camera.
And now we're just heading back to the Luxor.
No, we've left the Luxor.
No, we're not. That's right, we've left the Luxor.
And we're
That's right.
heading
We're
out of the
That's right,
Excalibur
yes.
and we're
We're not
heading
going
off
backwards,
down
we're going
the
forwards. That's right, yeah. Anyway,
So yeah, we're going back. Oh, do you know that? I think there were 3 donuts before.
we've just had some nice
I
alcoholic drinks. Got a crispy creme chaser. No? Okay. Oh, this is very difficult. This is very difficult. What's it?
It's because we've been drinking. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and we're trying to walk 3 miles home.
Right.
because we
Anyway,
can't
we'll
go
do
and
this
find
up in the
an
morning
Uber.
rather than now. It makes more sense.
Yeah. Just been to the bar and just got some bottomless brunches. Champagne. Cheers, Jono.
Cheers. The holidays.
Happy holidays. Cheers. The guy that served us was absolutely lovely. So I said, oh, could I have 2 of the champagne cocktails, please? So he goes, ma'am, I'm only allowed to give you 1. I was like, oh, okay then. So my husband's just there, and like John was waving. And he goes, okay, what you need to do is, you need to go, take yours, and then come back and get another one, like you're serving him. And then when I went back, he decided to call me sir, which was quite funny. And then I said, sir? And he said, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. So then we had a bit of a joke about wokeness and girls and boys, etc., etc. Anyway, we've decided that I'm a ma'am and he's a sir. So we were both very happy with the entire situation. And I'll tell you about my situation after with my broken toe. A week before we came to Vegas. And sometimes I'm in absolutely complete agony. John's just disappeared, as you've just seen. Then he's headed towards the juice station because his mimosa's too strong, because it was literally like one teeny weeny tiny bit of orange and the rest is just some champagne. So a week before we came on holiday, I decided to run around the house like a Tasmanian devil and run into a door and break my little toe in 3 places, which has been great as it was the busiest week ever at work, and I had to work with a trainer on my right foot and my bare foot up until about Thursday, and then I was able to put a sandal on, and then I had to ram a trainer on from the airports yesterday, which was Manchester, Heathrow, 6 or 7 hour sort of layover, and then Heathrow, Vegas, and every plane was late, so we literally sat on them for an hour and a half before they took off, which was again agonising, but we got there in the end. So John is now saying this music is too loud and I've got to stop talking, so I'm going off to drink this mimosa. Tally-ho. Two freshly made pancakes.
Oh, nice. But I got a photo for you though.
Oh, you got a board?
I have a photo for you.
I'll watch this. I'll watch this bit.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
Oh, you're so lovely. You made me so happy today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You made me smile too.
Oh, now that's your beauty smile right there.
So kind. That's beautiful. Oh my. Well, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So here we are doing our sum up effectively of day one, really, travel day, and also the Excalibur. I suppose we took a decision, didn't we, to do all our reviews and sum ups of all the sort of places we've stayed at and everything when we came back, rather than do it when we're there. Thought it'd be easier just to sort of recollect on things and give people tips and our views on various things and how we found it.
We do. So we flew Club World, apparently it's called, with British Airways. So we flew from Manchester and we flew into Heathrow, and then we did Heathrow Vegas. And in the June early this year, so that was in August, in June this year we did the Virgin Direct, which we much prefer from Manchester, and it was a far superior flight, even in economy.
Yeah.
So British Airways, even though they sell it as upper class, then they'll call it business class, then they'll call it Club World. It's not for us.
No, not for us. Not for us. For
No.
lots of reasons, really. I mean, you sort of can expect a better service, just a higher standard of everything, really, and it just doesn't meet the mark, really, for us. We've flown it a couple of times now, and both times it's sort of let us down, really, hasn't it?
For the money you pay and the service you're supposed to get, it's a nil for me. I'll just do economy, thanks very much, and drink a cider at the airport and just sit on your plane, watch a movie and go to bed, because that's literally what we did in Club World, because they had absolutely zero interest in serving us a drink. I think I got 2 drinks on the way out, and it was like begrudged, and I mean begrudged. You had to literally ask for the second one, no drink with your meal service, etc. And I just thought, do you know what? For the money, these flights, we didn't pay that because we used a companion voucher points, etc., etc. But for these flights, when we booked them, there was £7,200 return. I mean, seriously, like I would have chartered a flight with about 4 or 5 other people and got there for that.
Yeah, I think for us it's all about value for money, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I just don't think you get the value for money in that.
No.
And I think certainly you said about the drink service. The drink service on we were sat in the middle, so I think we had E and F. Or C and F, whatever, but sat either side. But my drink service was quite good on the right hand side. Mandy's drink service in life was terrible.
It was
Real
just non-existent.
inconsistency between the two.
John was offered wine with dinner, John was offered a drink after dinner, John was offered all sorts. I just got the air stewardess who was sulking because her best friend had turned up to Manchester Airport and was supposed to be flying Club World, probably on her staff ticket, and she turned up at the airport. Now, this is a girl that works for upper class BA. Her friend turns up and doesn't have a nester, decides, oh, do I need a nester if I'm just going for 3 or 4 days? Yeah, you do need a nester. If you're going for 3 or 4 minutes into America, you do need a nester. So she sulked, so she didn't want to serve us, and then I got the cabin manager, came down to speak to me, and he said, oh, Jesus, it's sat in my garden.
The perils of being outside.
Do you know what? I'm sat in my garden, never sit in my garden. I'm sat in my garden, I'm just stung by a wasp. Cough. Anyway, so the cabin manager said, oh, look, I'm really sorry, she's a bit upset. Really? She's a bit upset? I'm a bit upset.
He was very good with you, wasn't he?
He was lovely.
He was very good.
He was like, oh, she's a bit upset, and he explained the thing about a friend, and then some other guy come along, and then he explained it, and I was like, right, great, now I feel sorry for the air stewardess who won't serve me a drink and locked me in my little cabin and just basically just huffed and puffed up and down amongst beats. Anyway, it's a long story. So, on saying that, so we had already booked Vegas again with BA, again with another companion voucher, because we seem to have them coming out the woodwork and loads of points. We'd booked that for November of this year, and when we came home, if we thought the flight going out was bad, that was nothing compared to the flight coming back. So we got back, I slept on it, I kept saying, do I, don't I? Yeah. So 2 days ago, I just rang up BA and went, I want to cancel that flight, thanks, take your £70 cancellation fee. Giving me £300, which was £230 back. So we'd literally paid £300 for 2 return flights to Vegas with a companion voucher. And I just said no, and I'm prepared to lose the companion voucher because I'm genuinely not flying with you this year and probably don't want to fly with you next year either. But they're like, oh, you can fly with Iberia now. Anyway, so I was like, right, I was on that. So 3 days in Madrid.
And I think...
Iberia, £120, 15,000 points and a companion voucher. So we're having 3 days at the end of November. Start of December, but I will not lose my September holiday, so I was on the back on the internet. And we're also going for 8 days to Fuengirola in the IPV Palace, which we will vlog because I love Spain. Not as much as I love Vegas. Vegas is my favourite place in the whole world.
We intend to vlog everywhere we go, but particularly the Costa del Sol and also America as well.
Yeah, and we've already got a couple of America booked next year with Virgin anyway. May, June, probably August. We've got a few Virgin booked anyway with Virgin. Manchester direct. So we're up for that. But Heathrow, Manchester...
I was just thinking as well, it started off bad when we got to Manchester, when you think you're in, upper class service, whatever. We got there and the check-in wasn't open. It said it opened sort of 2 hours before, the flight went.
No.
It wasn't open. There was no staff there, and they were late opening. But even sort of the floor was disgusting and dirty. There was cups and dirty things everywhere. They'd not even taken the trouble. There's no cleaners in Manchester Airport. They hadn't cleaned it, and it's just an awful sort of impression when you first start flying. I think when you're sort of queuing, there's no check-in staff. Just not a very good experience right from the start, really, was it?
No, I just don't think, to be honest, the UK do upper class or business class well. We lived in Australia for a long time, and whenever we flew out of there with Emirates, Etihad, Singapore, New Zealand, my God, you just would never get an airline as good as all of those. So, Britain, book your ideas up. So we're off to Spain.
I think flights, that's it. I think you're better off in premium economy or even economy.
And that's what we booked next year, a couple of premium economy flights, which we're looking forward to. And economy, I enjoyed economy with Virgin. It was no problem. It's not that I drink on the plane, I don't. I drink cider, as you'll see from when you watch the vlogs that are coming up. Oh, scary vlogs. But I drink cider. They don't sell cider on planes. They don't give me cider. And I have Baileys in the odd cocktail. But it's not that. It's the thought. I never have a wine with a meal. I don't drink wine. I don't drink beer, ever. And whiskey, no, don't drink anything too grown up for me. But I didn't even get offered. It's the point that I didn't even get offered a drink, and John was being offered on drink number 5, 6. I was, because sulky pants friends didn't do a Esther. Not my problem. I do my Esters.
Okay, so that's the flight. Got there, obviously, we got an Uber to the Excalibur, and we had some nights in the Excalibur, really, because we got married in Vegas 31 years ago. We did stay at the Excalibur. I've sort of had fond memories
for
at the time.
For about 2 nights we
stayed
stayed
a couple of nights. We really enjoyed it. It obviously hadn't been opened that
It was
long.
literally brand new.
It was pretty brand new. Everything was lovely, and it was quite exciting
and
to
it was
stay
very
there.
British then. There was like a British pub inside. It was different to what it is now. It was quite... We'll call it English if you want to, but it was very British. It was very Union Jack pub and all very...
And we've always sort of had a soft spot for it. I know people call it Dirty Castle, but when we first stopped there all those years ago, as our first impression, wasn't it? We saw the Excalibur and it was like, wow, we're in Vegas. Yeah. That was our first ever hotel
because we drove
ever saw,
in
really.
from LA, and it was the first one we saw. Because you got to remember, 31 years ago, there wasn't the town square, there wasn't the Cosmo, there wasn't the Bellagio, there wasn't all these hotels that are there now. It was barren, it was brilliant.
And it made quite an impression on us, so obviously we stayed there, and then we haven't stayed there since. So we thought this year, let's give it a go, let's go back and see what it's like.
We've not even, to be honest, probably set foot in it for the last 15 or 20 years. We don't even set foot in it. We don't ever get that far up the strip. We kind of stop at New York and do a UE and go back, or we might go straight up to Mandalay.
So we stayed there, obviously. We went to the buffet there. You'll see later.
The reason we went to the
Tournament of Kings show as well. But just in terms of the hotel,
we just did everything cheesy. It was brill.
But just in terms, we quite enjoyed that top end of the strip, didn't we? It was good.
Yeah, it was nice.
In terms of the hotel overall, what would you say, Mandy? In terms of that,
we had a stay well room. The reception staff was superb. Everyone was really friendly. The cocktails just flowed and flowed. They were just really good. To come. They were all really good. I loved the room, spotlessly clean. Everything was just immaculate every day. We never, ever. We have stayed at the Encore and the Wind so many times, and the amount of times you get, we couldn't clean your room. You were there, and it's like, well, we've been out all day. You had all day to clean the room.
There's trays left in the corridors, etc.
Here, it didn't matter. Whenever we left that room and took that Do Not Disturb sign off, we would come back. And that room would be spotlessly clean. It was like she was waiting for us to leave and she was in. Or say she, it could be he. Anyway, they were in. Brilliant. No, the room was spotless. Very, very pleased with it.
Reception staff were great, weren't they, as well?
Yeah, it was brilliant. And
another
wasp. It was like a waspy thing. But the first night we were there was crazy going on. So John obviously did a little bit of a phone call to reception. And... he said, look, there's these screaming kids and they're screaming up and down.
Yeah, they were screaming the whole night, weren't they?
Yeah.
Into the morning.
And then she said, the woman on the account, the reception said, it is a castle, what do you expect? And I wanted to go, actually, no, it's not a castle, it's actually a hotel, and I expect a little bit of like sleeping in it every now and then. So anyway, she said, look, we're sorry about that. Go and have 2 complimentary breakfasts on us at the buffet. We thought, do you know what, we'll give it a whack. So we went down, but it was champagne all day breakfast on the buffet.
And
so
you'll have seen that on the vlog already,
what
obviously.
a laugh. We had this guy on the champagne counter, and every time I went over, like I could literally not walk past it, and he was going, you, come here, and he just kept giving me like champagnes, and I was saying, can I get 2? Because my husband, and he's like, no, and then he's like, oh, you can have as many as you want. Anyway, with a good crack with him, he was a laugh.
Hotel, what are you giving marks out of 10 for the hotel?
Well, if we look at what we paid, which was very little, if nothing, most of it, I'm going to give it, considering we've stayed in probably every single hotel in Vegas apart from Circus, which we've never stayed in, and Caesar's Palace, and Cosmo, the 3 that begin with a C. That's how I always remember what we've not stayed in.
Casino Royale.
Oh, God, Casino Royale.
Hello.
I suppose that begins with a C, doesn't it? Yeah, I've not stayed in Casino Royale, but stayed in like everything else, even like Wild Bills and all, everything, stayed everywhere. I'm going to give it an overall, I'm going to give it a solid 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it seems like a big score, but sometimes I've given the win in the encore a 2 because it's just annoyed me because I've had no sleep, the pools are dirty, people are spitting in the minute it gets on my wick.
It's all about expectations and value for money, isn't it?
I expected nothing from the Excalibur, expected nothing. The pools were spotlessly clean. Everyone was asking for a towel. They were giving them 1. I said, "Can I have 2, please?" No problem. John I was like, "Why aren't you asking for 2 towels?" Anyway,
I think for me, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And like you say, no expectations about it. Didn't expect much.
No.
The reputation that it's got and the reviews that it's got, but staff were fantastic everywhere you went. Whether it was bars, check-in, security, everything was just fantastic. Very, very friendly, and like you say, it was very clean. You know, it's not a dirty castle at all. It's very, very clean.
It's not dirty.
Very, very clean. Housekeeping was great. So yeah, 8 out of 10. I'll give it.
You'll see some of our adventures in there.
And what about the buffet? What did you think of that?
Right. Let me just explain to you. John and I are different on this. John goes to places for the food. I go to places to see what the people are like. The people.
But isn't that the reason to go for a buffet for the food?
No, nobody likes buffet food, John. It's buffet food. So anyway. The staff were superb. The woman going in was brilliant. The staff that sat us down were fantastic. The guy that kept pouring down the champagne cocktails. And I went over to get a pancake and the guy was doing some pasta thing and I said, "Oh, is there no pancakes?" And he goes, "No, we're not got them today." And I was like, "Oh, I like pancakes. I'm in America." And he goes, "How many do you want?" I said, "I'd like 2, please." Went in the back, made me 2 beautiful fresh pancakes and they were really nice. And I thought, right, so for me, I'm going to give the buffet staff a 10.
The staff are 10, okay.
I'm going
and the food?
to give the food, it's buffet, 4.
Yeah, I think the choice isn't great in Excalibur. I like the fresh omelettes, they're really well made. But there's not a great choice. I think there's a few things where you can pick out that are really great. Like I said, the pasta's quite good, isn't it? And some of the desserts are quite good. But
the macaroni and cheese was
it's
nice.
not fantastic at all. But as you say, the staff are fantastic, and they are what make it really. But
and that's what made it for
I tend
me.
to go to a buffet for the food, really, for food contents rather than.
I just tend to see how the staff behave.
Anyway, so you give it a 4. I'll give it a 5.
Why did I give it a 4?
I don't know, you give it a 4 for some reason.
I gave the staff 10.
Oh, 10. So what's the overall score? A 6.
Oh, I feel cruel on the staff though.
Oh dear.
Let's just give the staff a 10 and the food a 4.
We'll give it a separate score then, perhaps that might work.
Okay, I'm going to give the staff a 10 and the food a 4.
Okay, well I'll do the same then, to be honest with you.
You're giving the staff 10?
Yeah, fantastic, yeah. Can't beat it. It's good. It's nice to see people who enjoy their jobs in Vegas. I think it's a rarity sometimes, and they were just fantastic, enjoy themselves, really, really wanted to help you, and polite and everything, so it was great. Breath of fresh air, yeah, fantastic.
Anyone who makes me fresh pancakes
but
gets
there's obviously
a 10.
Better places to go if you want a nicer meal.
Better?
A nicer meal or a nicer buffet, but anyway.
Hundreds of places better, but anyway, it was lovely, and I enjoyed the people, and they gave us another free buffet breakfast later on in the holiday, and we kept saying, it's fine. Anyway, we did go. Obviously, it was free. So a free buffet breakfast down there.
So what we'll do is we'll continue these roundups at the end of each vlog. You'll see the next one. We got to what we got to, all sorts of things. We also went to the Tournament of Kings as well, which will wrap up
and
the show there.
Norway, and I put an orange top on, which I didn't even know about.
Which will wrap up next time.
Sorry, I'm not allowed to speak about the future, even though we're in the future. I can't speak about the past in the future.
But if you got to this point, thanks ever so much for watching the vlog. We really appreciate it. Obviously, it's our first one on Vegas. Please like and subscribe. That would really help us out.
But just keep watching, because we just keep watching. You'll be surprised.
And also, if you've got any comments, any feedback or anything, or any questions, because me and Mandy have been going to Vegas for over 30 years. We've stayed in many hotels. Well, it's like a second home to us in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been that many times, sort of 2 and 3 times a year for sort of 30 years. So we've been a lot of times recently.
Even when
as
we
well.
lived in Australia, we used to go to Vegas for
We
our
did,
holidays.
We did. So any questions or anything you've got about Vegas, please feel free. And
Yeah.
thanks for watching.
Yeah, and our vlogs won't be all gambling and that because we just,
We'll vlog all sorts.
yeah, you'll see.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.